All right. Um, Hold on. I'm gonna get sweaty, so I'll take this off.
Oh my god.
Yo, dude, I don't think you're ready for this.
I've been ready for the past 4 minutes now.
No, no, no. All right. I'm ready. Are you ready?
I sent a corgi thing in our chat on Instagram.
Oh my god.
He's cute.
All right, are you ready?
Let's go for it. Come on.
Yeah.
All right. The 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the BPP or the Bold Predictions podcast. We are the Bold Predictors. I am one of your hosts, AJ Rosario.
My name's Richie.
I'm Jake.
And we are recording our first ever edition of this podcast. How are you feeling, boys?
Super excited.
Pretty great. Great.
Oh. I can tell you boys sound like it, that's for sure. All right. So, I guess we'll start it off with the reason why we're doing this podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I mean, the first reason I have is because I think it'll be a lot of fun to meet every week and talk about football because football is fun. I mean, there's nothing else to it, really.
We want to get big and make money.
Well, I mean, if you want to expose us this early, yeah. Jacob, what about you?
Just happy to be talking to you guys, so I'm good.
All right, now there's a response that we wanted.
There we go.
Not exposing us on the first, what is it, 2 minutes in?
Just wait.
8 minutes. No, so we like football. We've been interested for quite a few years now. Personally speaking, I can say I really started getting into it in 2014. I'm a Giants fan, so it was the year we drafted Odell. And we feel like we can share our knowledge with you. And after seeing all the quote unquote experts and all their predictions, we really think we could do better and be better than some of those clowns out there. So that is our reason.
You know, that is probably the most well put phrase I've ever heard in my life, honestly. Yeah. So, what shall we start with first, boys?
Let me get our predictions out of the way. We're pretty good at those.
The predictions out of the way first. Okay, I do respect that. I wasn't sure if you want to do it first or last because that is one of our main topics for this podcast.
We'll go predictions. We'll go. Then we'll do any news or anything like that, and then finally we'll go to fantasy. Some of us are in multiple fantasy leagues. We'll talk about our teams and how we think we're going to do this week and starter sit and get opinions.
And talk about some of the crazy trades that we have received.
Which are junk.
Yesterday was a pretty big day for trades, and we have a 13-team league, so we can definitely talk about that. Yeah, but first, without further ado,
the main content of our podcast. Here we are with the bold predictions for week 4. And yes, we are starting on week 4 and not week 1 because we've decided to do this 4 weeks in. Go up.
Yes.
All right. So, the first game of the week is coming up tomorrow. We have the Walmart brand of Sunday Night Football. We have the Denver Broncos hitting town to take on the New York/New Jersey Jets. What are we thinking, boys?
I want to say I saw a meme yesterday. Don't want to get political here, but pretty much said if the debate was like a football matchup, this would be it. Wow. I mean, I'm not even sure where to start with this. Jets under Gase are just a dumpster fire. Broncos without Locke and without Sutton are also a dumpster fire. But I'll actually give a little bit of edge to the Broncos here. I think their defense is a bit better, and their offense just has more firepower, I would say. I'll take Fant over Herndon any day. Judy over, I guess, Crowder if he plays. Also, I apologize if I say Crowder. It's just a little inside joke, but I think Broncos here. It won't be pretty. Let's say 20-17 Broncos.
All right. Mr. Jacob?
Both teams suck.
That's pretty that's pretty accurate.
Brand of football. You really hit the nail on the head. I would probably say it's going to be a low-scoring game since they both suck that bad. I'm going to say it's mostly scored by field goals, occasionally one TD for both sides, but most of it's going to be field goals. I would say we're looking at like 16-10, something stupid like that.
All right. And that's for the Jets or the Broncos?
The Broncos are going to pull out with a win, even though they don't. Do they have Drew Lock this week or no?
I believe he's still out.
Well, then it's going to be a very low-scoring game. You can knock those scores down by 6 if you want.
So your final prediction?
Basically horrible. 6-12.
6-12.
Yep.
And this is for the Broncos, correct?
Yep.
All right. Well, I will say we're having a clean sweep across the board. I am also picking the Denver Broncos. I am going to find it hard to see the Jets winning a game this year, which means they might get the number 1 pick.
Nope, it's going to be a Giants.
Go for your boy, Trevor Lawrence. So I'm going Denver Broncos with the original score that Jacob said, and I'm going to pick them 16-10.
All right.
Yeah. And before we continue on, I would just like to say the way we like to do this, because no one's going to know how we do this. So we each have a prediction that we think the team is going to be, and we think what the score is going to be. If we get the team and the score, if they get the team right, that's obviously good. But you want to get the score as closest to the actual score as possible. So say the final score of the Denver game was, we'll say, 20-15. Richie would have gotten the Denver score exactly right, and he would be the closest to the Jets score, which means he would get the point for that game. And if no one gets the team right at all, we give the point to NA. And let me tell you, through the first 3 weeks, NA is on a roll. That's not good.
It's only because I didn't get to do predictions the first week.
Second week.
Whatever, close enough.
Yeah. All right.
I'd be winning so far.
Oh yeah, sure. Let me just remind you of what the score actually is, but for the first 3 weeks. So Jacob is currently on the correct answer of 4.
Damn right.
Richie is currently on 20. I'm currently on 16, and NA is on 7.
Wow, I suck.
Well, to be fair, you missed 2 weeks.
Yeah. And also with the rare occasion of the ties, aka Cincinnati and Philly tied, so of course NA is going to get that point. But yeah. But we move on. All right. Next up, we have the team that has been not doing the best versus the team that has not been doing the best. We got the New Orleans Saints, taking on the Detroit Lions. What do we got?
I'm going to look at Michael Thomas real quick. He'll be the deciding factor in this game. If someone else wants to talk.
No, I definitely see that. Jacob, you have anything while we wait for Richie?
I feel like the Lions are actually going to give them a run for me.
Mhm.
But I do think the Saints will pull out with a very slim win. I don't know why, but I kind of feel that. I would have to say, since Alvin Kamara had a great game last game against like a really difficult team too, I would probably say he's still on a high. I'd probably say the Saints are gonna win, probably by a touchdown, or probably by a touchdown. I'd say like 20-27 Saints.
All right. New Orleans 20-27. Beautiful score. That's a beautiful score right there. Indeed. Wait, I messed that up completely. Hold on. There we go. Now we're fixed. Richie, would you like me to go, or are you still thinking?
I'll go for it. So we record this on a Wednesday before all the injury news comes out. So I didn't check like Roto Grinders, but no news yet. So I'll just take Saints because I think Lions are the Packers but worse in almost every way. So I'll take Saints here. Maybe they won't they won't score as much as they did last week, but maybe like 28-21 Saints.
28-21. Basically adding one to Jacob's
Thanks,
score.
George.
Nice. But once again, we got a clean sweep here. I think New Orleans is going to win this game with or without Michael Thomas. I think Alvin Kamara is going to have a game again because that's Drew Brees' number one wide receiver while Thomas is gone. Emmanuel Sanders, yes, he had his little couple of catches for quite a bit of damage to the Packers on Sunday night, but I really don't see him doing any more than what he did last week. So he'll probably have a couple catches again. And I mean, this New Orleans team is going to be angry after getting 2 losses back to back, which rarely ever happens to them.
Agreed.
In prime time. Yeah.
I mean, Detroit is going to be hot. They're coming off a really good win against Arizona, I believe it was. And yeah, they're going to be hot. But I think New Orleans is going to come out with a slight victory over this. I'm taking New Orleans 27-23.
Not
Very
bad.
good.
Not bad.
All right.
Yeah, good. They're gonna be angry. They're gonna be on fire. They need a win here, considering the Bucks have now overtaken them in the division. So
100%. Speaking of the Bucks, next up we have the LA Chargers taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, or the Tom Brady Buccaneers, as I like to call them.
I know. Personally, I didn't watch the game. I'm sure most people haven't been watching the Buccaneers ever since week 1, but they look good. They look better. Chargers, Herbert or not, I think won't be able to pull this out. Chargers do have a good defense, though, a great secondary, but I'll take Bucks here. They continue rolling. It's a 3-1, 31-20.
31-20. Buccaneers. Jacob, would you like to go, or shall I go?
You can go.
All right. Well, boys, let me tell you. We wouldn't call this the Bold Predictions podcast for nothing. And we got one right here. And it's my choice. I think I did this last week, and it was a huge mistake. I picked Denver over the Buccaneers last week. And as we all saw, it was a huge mistake. But I'm doing it again. I don't care. I think Tampa Bay is going to fall under the pressure of holding that division lead. I don't think they're winning the division. I'm saying that now. And I think the Chargers are going to take this one to make the Buccaneers 2-2. I think Herbert is going to show up this time. I forget, who did they play last week? It was Carolina,
Yes.
I believe. Yeah, so I think that was just a bad game for Herbert. Now he's getting into the vibe of actually playing in the NFL. I think he can just edge this victory for the Chargers. And I'm taking the LA Chargers 23-21.
That's a close game.
Love to see
You
it.
know it. I have it close. I wouldn't lie to you about these bold predictions.
Thing.
Otherwise, we'd have to change this name, guys.
So on one of my fantasy teams, I have Keenan Allen. He put up great numbers last week. Great numbers. I still lost, but he put up 30 points. And I kind of see that happening again, regardless of the Tampa Bay's defense. So I see Herbert actually deciding to show up, and not like he didn't last week, but I see him being more of a more calm in the backfield. He looked a little rushed because he's a little new. So I would probably say somewhere around AJ's, but I think I might add I think I'd go from 20 to 30. I'd do Herbert 20 to 30.
You're taking LA as well?
Yeah.
Whoa! LAC. 30 to 20. I mean, that was closer to Richie's score, but I picked the right team. I mean, so it makes sense. All right. This next game, boys. It is I think it's the game of the week, honestly. It's probably the biggest game of the year. I think Monday night's game was a disaster, so I think this is actually going to be the game of the year. We got the mustache, the man, the myth, Gardner Minshew, and the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals. I just want to say I'll go first this time, and I'm going to say that Cincy is taking this one clear. I was hugely on the hype train for Jacksonville. I don't remember if I picked them the first week we did this, but I was all aboard the Minshew mania before the season started. I still am, but they're slowly falling. And after losing to the dad of the NFL, not Tom Brady, Ryan Fitzpatrick, I don't see them winning against this team, even though they are both bad. I see Cincy taking this one 24 to 17. I also think Joe Burrow just has better weapons. So 24 to 17, Cincinnati.
Jake, you can go first. Second.
Cincinnati's going to win.
Oh, okay. He's throwing that right out.
Yeah, Cincinnati's going to win. AJ, what was your scores again?
I said Cincinnati 24 to 17.
24 to 17. I think it's going to be a little bit farther than that. I think
Okay.
Jacksonville's going to, like, if you pick the Cincinnati defense this week, I think they're going to put up, like, 15 points.
Ooh, that's a bold statement right there. I love this show.
If Jacksonville's lost to the Dolphins, Cincinnati can beat the living shit out of the Dolphins any day of the week. So, like, I don't see how Jacksonville is even a competition for Cincinnati at this point. But I would probably have to say that I think it's gonna be more of a blowout. I think it's gonna be, I don't know, 36 to 10, something like that.
And this is to the Bengals?
Yep.
Wow. This is 36 to 10. Wowzers.
Yeah, dude, this is bold predictions, right? You got to go.
Yeah,
big,
you're banging it. I love it. I love it.
go big.
Couldn't ask for more.
Go big or go home.
Exactly. All right, Richie, what do you got?
So if I spoke first, I would have said Cincy. But now that you both are on Cincy, you got to be different, right?
Oh,
you can't let NA potentially get a point. That's just outrageous. I believe in Minshew. I think Jaguars came out a little better than people expected this year. I know they're 1-2 and just got embarrassed on Thursday night last week. But if Chark plays and they have all their weapons, and James Robinson or whatever his name is can continue his tear for Rookie of the Year, Jaguars 23-20.
wow. Wow.
Burrow
Jack
has to wait another
Moore.
week for his first win.
Wow.
Also,
That is
I think I saw a stat the other day that was the first or the last three first round picks have tied before they've won. Cannot
Oh
confirm if
yes,
that's
I
true or
saw that
not,
too.
but
Yes, I saw that. I
yeah,
thought that was insane because what are the odds of that?
low, I
Yeah,
guess.
exactly. Like, I mean, a tie is hard enough. The first round, the number one picks getting it is crazy, honestly, to me.
It's crazy.
But all right. And I think I have a good idea of how we should do the rest of these predictions. So we're gonna start off. Jacob is gonna go first for the next one. Then Richie goes first for the next one. Then I'll go
Okay.
first, and we'll do it like that.
Round robin.
Okay.
All right. I don't know what that means, Jacob, but we'll moving on.
Oh, he's. Never mind. Sorry.
Okay. So I don't know if this game is happening or not. Before we started recording this, so I saw that there was news about the Pittsburgh Tennessee game maybe being moved to Monday, but I haven't heard anything about this other game. So the Minnesota Vikings, the 0-3 Minnesota Vikings, can't leave that part out. You know, they're 0-3. Taking
Packer
on
fan over here.
yeah, Packers fan, you know. Packers. Okay. Houston Texans. The 0-3 Houston Texans taking on the 0-3 Minnesota Vikings. Hopefully they won't tie so
That's
that no one
tie.
wins. But again, we don't know if this game is happening because we
It's
haven't gotten
tie.
any news about it. But Jacob,
Tie.
shut up. No.
They both suck. I want to.
You're not. No.
Yep. Gonna be a tie.
Get out of here, bro. Are you actually predicting a tie?
Sure.
Bro, dude, okay. Let me tell you, the chances of a tie happening is slim already. The chances of them happening back to back is slim to none.
And your point is.
You know what? You got me. All right, what's your prediction?
I'm kidding. Let me think. What was it? What were the teams again? The Minnesota Vikings and
The 0-3 Minnesota
right.
Vikings taking on the 0-3 Houston Texans.
I haven't paid attention to them. I just don't like Kirk Cousins, so I kind of want Houston to win. Houston 17-10.
Love that. Houston. Oh, I put 10. Houston 17-10, you said?
Yes, sir.
All right. Richie, you're up.
I also agree. Houston will take this out. Look at 0-3, and AJ, you brought this up to me, and it's a little deceiving because they played arguably the best three teams in the AFC back to back weeks. So I think it'll be a Vikings team that's struggling right now. They don't know their identity. They like to run the ball, but that's about it. So Texans will win this one, 28-24.
28-24. I like that. Well, we're taking a clean sweep, which means Minnesota is going to be 0-4. Can't wait to say that next week. Houston is taking this game without a doubt in my mind. Like Richie said, Houston has played undoubtedly the best teams in the AFC. Minnesota has played the best team in the NFC, the Green Bay Packers. They played. Who else have they played? I really don't care for Minnesota. Who else have they played?
The Colts, and then they
Colts.
played the
Yeah,
Vikings,
they're
the
okay.
Titans.
The Colts destroyed the Vikings. That was great comedy moment right there. And then last week they lost by 1 to the Titans. That's what it was. So, and that's why they got the cases. But yeah, I'm taking Houston here. I think Minnesota will score some points because obviously they got Dalvin Cook and they got Adam Thielen because Adam Thielen can catch a lot of things that Kirk Cousins throws because he's bad at throwing. But yeah, I'm taking Houston 30-20. even I think Houston is going to get a lot of rushing touchdowns. That's my prediction.
Agreed.
Because they're bad at trading. All right, next question. Oh, not a question. Next prediction. This is probably I really hate this game because of a fantasy situation, but I really like this is going to be the most one-sided game I've ever seen in my life. The Seattle Seahawks taking on the Beard Miami Dolphins. Richie, you're up first for this one.
Seattle looks good. They are, quote, letting Russ cook.
Oh, yeah.
Although their defense is terrible, and I think that will hinder them in the playoffs, playing a non-playoff team like the Dolphins, it'll be fine. Seattle will take this 35-27.
Seattle 35-27. All right. Well, I also, like I said, this is a one-sided game, so I'm picking Miami. I'm just kidding. I'm picking Seattle. Sadly. But I think they're going to score a lot of points. I think I think Seattle's going to score the most points this week, and I think they're going to win this game 43-24. That is my final prediction. Dolphins defense is not going to be able to handle the power of the Seattle offense.
Completely agree.
All right. What do you got, Jacob?
Seattle's gonna win. Nah. I won't do a bold prediction on this one. Let's see. I think. See, I mean, obviously Seattle's gonna take it. I mean, if anyone doesn't think that, I think you're pretty dumb. I'd probably have to say. I'm trying to think of like a big score, but yet it's feasible. So like, I'd probably have to. You know what? 40. Seattle with 40. And who's it up against? Miami?
Oh, indeed, the Beard.
I'd probably go Miami 10. I don't think they're gonna put up great numbers. I think the defense actually might show up this week.
What, for Miami?
No, for Seattle.
Okay, because I was gonna say if Miami's defense is showing up but showing 40 points, that's not showing up.
No, not that. No.
But yeah, I agree with you there on the Seattle defense. I mean, maybe Fitzmagic will cook and actually score 30 points on this Seattle defense. Imagine that.
When that happens, I'll get out of this podcast.
We're only 1 week in, Jacob. You can't leave now.
I'm betting it that much. I'm betting on it that much.
All right.
Yep.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
Okay, so next up, I think this game has not been confirmed yet, but they're talking about moving it to Monday, I believe. The Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the 10IC Titans.
Yeah, I freaking hope they actually play.
Why? Do you have someone in your fantasy team for that?
Yeah, I got Humphreys.
We'll talk about that later.
Pick them up.
All right.
Someone has 3 Titans players, Jacob.
Shut the fuck up. Move on.
All right.
Oh, sick.
I'm first. Hey. This is fantasy segment time, all right?
Yeah, whatever.
All right. So, Pittsburgh and Tennessee. Pittsburgh is going to have a huge advantage this week because of the fact that the Tennessee Titans can't meet in person. They have to do, I'm guessing they're doing like Zoom calls or something to have meetings and such, but they're not probably going to be together until Saturday once they get all the final tests back. So that's going to be a huge disadvantage for them this week. And against a very strong Pittsburgh defense, I'm not sure if they're going to be able to do much. I mean, Derrick Henry is very strong when it comes to the run game, but after what we saw the Steelers do week 1 and week 2, I don't know if they did strong against who was their week 3 opponent? The Texans, correct?
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't consider that one that strong, but the first 2 was a pretty strong performance by them. I'm taking the Steelers here, but not by much. I'm taking them 28-21. Jacob, you're next.
It was the Steelers in Tennessee, right?
Yes.
I'd probably go Tennessee just as Derrick Henry. They don't really have a full team. Yeah, they have Tannehill who can chuck a ball, but like what quarterback can't? I'd probably
I mean,
I'd probably
there's
Pittsburgh
problem.
Pittsburgh 28-20.
Oh, okay. So subtracting 1 point from mine. Thanks.
Yep,
Scott.
Richie did it to me. It's bound to happen at some point.
That's true. All right, Richie.
I never really pick low scoring.
Ooh.
Queen. Yeah, well, sure. Queen sweep. 20-15 Steelers.
Oh, I thought. Well, that clean sweep phrase just wiped me out. I thought you were gonna say 20-0.
No.
That would have been bold right there. Gotta love bold predictions, am I right? Sometimes they just be crazy. Sometimes it doesn't look like we know a thing of what we're talking about. All right, next game. Cleveland at Dallas.
But does anyone really know what they're talking about? Like,
That's true. That is very true.
yeah, just look at last night. Oh wait, what? I didn't say anything.
I mean, you're not wrong. A lot of people. There was a lot. We'll talk about that later. Next game. Cleveland and Dallas. Cleveland and Dallas. Jacob, what do you got? I can sense he's going to pick Cleveland here.
Yeah,
They have the better record.
You're right.
I mean, yeah.
Cleveland's
But
going to
on paper, bro.
17-10.
You're actually picking Cleveland?
Damn right I am.
Wow, okay. Cleveland 17-10. Wow. Okay. Richie, what do you got?
From what I remember from last week, I think Russ killed them through the air, not so much on the ground. And so because of that, I think it'll be 35 Dallas to 17 Browns. Unfortunately.
Well, I got Jacob hitting with bold predictions a lot today. I'm with Richie on this one. I don't see Cleveland winning this game at all. I mean, Baker Mayfield has his 2 phenomenal running backs in Chubb and Hunt, but I just don't see them winning the game with Baker Mayfield passing the ball like Russ did. And I'm taking Dallas and their overpowered offense, 33-16. Very close to yours, but I had it written first, so I win. So the next game we got is the Arizona Cardinals. Woo! Taking on the Carolina Panthers. I think this game happened like 2 weeks ago, didn't it?
What?
Feels like didn't Arizona and Panthers already play?
No.
Did they not? No. Well, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. All right. Richie, I believe it's your turn.
Arizona will get back on track. I don't think Kyler won't throw another 3 picks. And despite the fact they threw 3 picks, they still almost won.
Yeah.
Arizona's just a very complete team right now. And Carolina's more rebuilding. Didn't even realize they just got their first win last week and were a botched lateral away from losing. Apparently, end of the Charger game, Charger Carolina. Allen pitched it to Eckler, and if Eckler handled the ball correctly, he would have ran in, and the Chargers would have won. So Carolina is again like fringe 0-3 team. So Arizona gets back to their winning ways, and I think it'll be more. It'll be closer to the Washington score when Arizona played Washington, and it'll be like 31-23.
31-23, Arizona. Sounds delicious. All right. So, yeah, Arizona's winning this game. Carolina, I mean, without McCaffrey, they're just a lost cause at this point. I thought Teddy Bridgewater was going to come in and be their hero to save the day,
No,
and adding Bobby Anderson would make it a very good team. But with Luke Kuechly gone, and I mean, everyone thought in the draft they were going to pick Isaiah Simmons, but they didn't.
they should have
Yeah, they really should have. But
Giants, but instead we picked a stupid lineman that can't block. But it's fine.
Jacob, it's not time for that.
Yeah, whatever.
Playing well.
Arizona is winning this game 30-18. They're just a dominant team. Arizona. Jacob, what do you got?
Arizona's gonna beat the crap out of the Panthers. Teddy Bridgewater's gonna wish he never played football. I'd probably say it would be somewhere around 27-10.
27-10. Okay. I like that. Jacob going back-to-back 10s.
Yep.
Almost back-to-back-to-back. All right. Next up, we have probably one of the most interesting games this week. The Indianapolis Colts taking on the Chicago Bears. Da Bears. I think, whose turn is it? Is it my turn?
Jacob.
Or is it your turn? My turn?
No, it's your turn. Yeah.
We'll say it's mine. So yeah, I mean, Mitch Trubisky got benched.
Thank God.
I mean, I'm sad about it. I really liked him. I thought he was a great quarterback. He was.
That's like the nickname.
He led them to 2-0. I think we need to start a new hashtag, boys. It's going to be called Feed Trubisky. But yeah, so they got Nick Foles in now. Like I said, that's really sad. I mean, yeah, Nick Foles is in, but he's not really a. I don't see him being a full-time quarterback. I see him as the hero. I mean, he came in 2013, and the 2013 Eagles squad, actually. I forget what their record was, but he did do well there. Then the next time we saw him do anything phenomenal was 2017, when he led them to the playoffs and won a Super Bowl for the injured Carson Wentz. And then he went to Jacksonville to be a full-time quarterback there. And look what happened. He went 0-4. He injured himself, or he got injured, I should say. And Minshew Mania took over the job. So I just don't see him being a starter for this Chicago team. He could be the hero. I mean, a lot of people see him as he should have came in the second half of the season. That's what I thought should have happened as well. But yeah, I'm taking Indianapolis on this one. I'm taking them 23-17. Jacob.
I don't mind Nick Foles personally. Like I don't have a problem with him, but do I like him?
No.
Again, I'm indifferent. Did the Bears make the right move and benching Trubisky?
No, absolutely not. No.
I mean, for a Packers sake, no.
I'm not a Packers fan.
Yeah, but for like the entire rest of the league, yeah, it's not bad. Of course, the Giants made Trubisky look like Joe Montana, but it's fine.
Yeah, but so did the Lions.
Yeah, but it's still.
That's
Who
why
ended
he's
up
good.
against
I'm telling
them?
you, he needs to start. I'm telling you, he needs to start.
It was the Bears and who?
The Bears and the Colts.
The Colts are gonna win 20-7. No,
Oh.
that's too high. That's too high.
Oh.
7-14.
All right.
Low
7.
score.
I respect that. All right, Richie, what do you got?
AJ, who'd you pick?
I picked the Colts as well.
NA's not getting a point this week.
Oh,
On
man.
my life.
I think you mean they're not getting a point for this game.
Sorry.
Because they still can get a point this week.
Yeah. No, I'm an idiot. Bears are taking this one. Their one weak point is their passing offense, which is now so much better than it was. I think the team will rally around Foles, kind of like the Eagles did. And Bears are gonna take this one 24-21.
Wow. 24-21. Chicago.
Colts have the statistically best defense in the NFL right now, but they've played the Vikings, who are dumpster fire. They played the Jets, who are dumpster fire, and they got beat by the Jaguars. So, if Jacksonville quarterbacks come to play against the Colts this year, gotta say Foles does pretty decent. He was making throws that Trubisky never could have when he came in.
Wow. To think the Bears could have had Patrick Mahomes or Deshaun Watson, honestly.
Or like Christian McCaffrey or a tackle or anything else. Anything else.
Or yeah.
Or like
they had the second pick and they picked Trubisky. That's
They also
Yeah,
picked
no.
Cam Newton.
fired. I think that GM was fired.
No, didn't Matt Nagy pick him?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I like Matt Nagy. Not gonna lie, he's a great guy. I think they should keep him around for a while. But it'd be pretty funny. Actually, I'll save it for later. Next up, we got another probably squash match for this week. We're having the angry Baltimore Ravens that just lost to the Super Bowl champions in a terrible fashion. They're going to be taking on the Washington football team. Jacob, we'll let you talk first.
So before all this, I ended up predicting that the Washington football team would beat the Eagles. Well,
Okay.
they did. Extremely happy that it wasn't the Giants losing to the Washington football team for the first time. But they lost. I think they lost their last 2 games they played, right?
Yes.
Okay. So the record's 1-2. Technically, they're tied for the first seed of the NFC East. So I think I would you know what? I'm gonna say they win. Who are they playing again? What was the team?
The Ravens.
No, I need the points. Yeah, I can't be bold here.
Yo, it's not all about winning, Jacob. It's about having fun.
Ravens are gonna win 30-7. And Lamar Jackson's gonna have 3 touchdowns on the ground, 2 touchdowns in the air.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's right.
So
I'm
you're
going
telling me
big.
he's going to be angry and absolutely obliterate this team.
Ingram's not gonna show up because he can't run the ball anymore. Andrews, the tight end, is hurt, kinda, so he's gonna go out in the second half. I can keep going. I watched.
Yeah, I hope that's not true.
Yeah.
All right, Richie.
There's no talk. First off, actually, Jacob, don't want to spoil your parade here. Washington was not chosen by anybody week 1. That was definitely NA.
Ouch.
But this doesn't even deserve any talking points. 38-10.
Washington, right?
No. I don't want to say yes sarcastically, you write it down, and then next week you'd be like, "Gee, dumbass, why'd you pick Washington?"
Man, you gotta love this squash matches, am I right? But yeah, we're all relatively in the same area. It's gonna be a squash match. Lamar Jackson's gonna be angry. He's gonna want revenge, and luckily, he has a very disappointing team to play against. I mean, granted, Washington hasn't looked terrible, but they haven't looked good. So I think they're gonna score double-digit points. I'm gonna say Baltimore wins this. Obviously, I'm gonna say 39-13.
All right.
Yeah. Next up, we got the other New Jersey team, the New York Giants, taking on the Los Angeles Rams. Richie, you are first.
Thank God. I'm never picking the Giants again. After their abysmal showing last week, I'm done. They play the Eagles twice. They play the football team twice. Bengals another time. I can't. 45-10. Giants get blown out. I'm done. Team is a joke. Fire Gettleman.
My God, we need to have like a rant session. I think that's gonna be added next week. Yeah, we'll let I'll go first before Jacob has his session.
That's good.
Yeah, so I'm gonna also pick the Rams. Richie might actually kill me, but I actually think this is gonna be close. I mean, yes, they were blown out of the freaking water by a practice squad team. See, I want to say that the Giants are going to be angry and come back, but it's all based on Daniel Jones. And the fact that he has had one game with no turnovers is insane. So I don't know if he's going to be coming out firing. My biggest issue with him, he's had more multiple game turnovers than single game turnovers. And that's a crazy fact. So I got to take the Rams, but I still think it's going to be close. I think the Rams take this 28-24. I hope I don't regret that because I'm good at bold predictions. I'd like to think. But anyways, Jacob, rant.
I don't know if you want to.
No, I mean Richie did, so why not?
All right, cool. So I second like 99% of what he just said. Gettleman's a piece of crap. He does not know what the hell he's doing half the time. I think honestly, if you put him in the running with the Houston's GM, they would, they'd be best friends. I don't know how you like. I understand the point of drafting a lineman, but when your defense is so bad, like I don't know how. Like Isaiah Simmons was right there. And then you don't. It was just so much crap that he's done over the past couple of years. It's not even funny. Hiring Joe Judge was okay, even though I think he should have hired somebody else. I want a college coach. I don't want an NFL coach. And if you notice, every coach under Belichick hasn't done anything, right? They haven't even amounted to anything close of what he's capable of doing, right? Oh, they're under Belichick. He was the mentor or whatever. Yeah, well, apparently he's not that great at mentoring. I don't know if you've heard, but the rest of them suck. Look at the Lions coach. He hasn't made the playoffs in how long? So, yeah, never. So, let's think. So, I'm a Giants fan, and you know what? And since this is a bold prediction, I'm going bold. So, you know what? Giants are going to win 14-7, relatively low scoring. The Giants defense is actually going to show up a little. You know, wait, I got to go a little higher. I'm going 28-20. 28-20 Giants. I think last week was a fluke. Jones will show up. And I honestly think Gettleman should be fired. Honestly, any schmo from the street knows how to pick a freaking draft pick. And I'm going to get all my Panthers players. The Panthers suck, you idiot. Why the hell would you buy them? And I'm done.
All right. So, Jacob is taking the bold prediction, which means NA will not get a point for this game.
You're damn right.
I think the real reason why he did that is because of that. So, good job.
You're damn right.
You're saving us. I appreciate that.
You're
But let's move on before Richie starts a house fire. New England is looking really good. And they're taking on a team that's also really good. Maybe the best team in the league. No, they are the best team in the league. It's the Kansas City Chiefs. And I'll go first for this one. I had to think about this one for a little because, I mean, Cam Newton changes this New England team from a team that went from throwing to one guy to a team that they throw to different guys, a.k.a. Rex Burkhead going off last
there
week.
you go. Love that.
Edelman, the week before that, had 16 receptions?
Yes,
or
sir.
Targets, I mean.
Yes,
Something
sir.
like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean, and plus he can run. He's a big dude and he can run. That is really strong. That is a great offensive formula. But I also picked the Ravens against the Chiefs on Monday, and I thought the Ravens were the second best team in this entire league. But we all saw what happened, and the Chiefs just destroyed them. It wasn't even close. So I'm not doing that again. I'm taking Kansas City because Pat Mahomes is just too strong. He has so many weapons, and apparently his O linemen are weapons as well. Yeah, I'm taking Kansas City. I'm taking them 34-28. All right, Jacob, what do you got?
I'm with one of my residents. Give me 5 minutes.
All right. Richie, what do you got? Then?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be the same as the Ravens score, except Bucker doesn't miss the one. Well, I think he missed 2 kicks. So 38-20. That would have been the final score on Monday night if Bucker was perfect. I think he'll bounce back. Bucker was the only guy who wasn't playing out of his mind. Well, I guess Mahomes was playing out of his mind. But
that's true.
38-20. I mean, it's
38.
Chiefs are by far the best team. I think they got blindsided a little bit by the Chargers because they thought Tyrod was going to play. Herbert played. They had no tape of him, no idea how he was going to play, and I think he played a little better than they expected. And the Chargers defense was a little better than they were expecting. But they pulled it out, got the win. Now they're going to be 4-0 after the Patriots.
Honestly, it sounds about right. I mean, like I said, New England is a strong team. I mean, I want to see. I don't know if New England plays the Ravens this year, but if they do, that will be a very good matchup, and that will really decide who the number 2 team in the AFC really is.
They will actually play. I don't know when.
They do. Okay.
Yeah.
That is an exciting game to look forward to after this Chiefs destruction.
They
Has
play
Jacob
each other week 10.
Week 10. Ooh, that's a week to look forward to, let me tell you. Jacob, are you back yet?
Yes, I got back. Sorry about that. I was helping out with math. Go figure.
You are good. Don't you worry. But yeah, that's an exciting one to look forward to. Jacob, what do you got?
It was the Pats and the Chiefs, right?
Yes, it is.
Every year that I've come to really pay attention, New England has won the offseason. they've picked up great guys and literally they've picked up like mediocre guys and literally made them into some of the best guys in the league. And when you pair that with Bill Belichick and the free agent signing of Cam Newton, I don't know if you could name a better off-season pick. Bill Belichick's been known for the pocket passer, the really old and slow Tom Brady. Don't get me wrong, Hall of Famer. But when he needed to run or move, forget it. The guy was done. That's why the Giants beat him in the 2008 Super Bowl. The guy couldn't move. But when you give the best coach in football a mobile quarterback that's like 6'2" or 6'5", that's anywhere from 6'2" to 6'5", 200 pounds, he's going to make you pay for it. And he has been. He's been making every team pay for it. However, the Chiefs are the best team in football.
Facts.
This one's a tough one. So I kind of want to go. I like the upset with the Pats, but I just see the Chiefs winning this one. I see the Chiefs having a tiny bit better of a defense, and their offense is a bit more put together. Than rather like if you stop Cam Newton, you've kind of stopped the offense, or like you took out like 50% of the offense. So I'd probably have to. I'm going to say this is still relatively high scoring. So I'm going to say 30-36 Chiefs.
30-36. All right. Pretty solid all around. Another clean sweep for the Kansas City Chiefs. All right. Next up, we got 3 games left. Next up, we got the undefeated Buffalo Bills taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Sorry.
So, like, real quick, before we do this, can we make a nickname for Josh Allen? The guy's been going off this past couple of weeks. And, like, Nick Foles has a nickname of Big Dick Nick. Like, could we make one of, like, Josh Allen, please? I want one. Like, Russell Wilson's cooking. Like, that's great. I want one for Josh Allen, and I can't think of one.
We'll come up for one by next week. I'll tell you that much.
All right, that's fine.
But so I made for the kid. Jacob, you are up for this one.
I am. Okay. Up against the Raiders?
Yes.
Oh, I really enjoy actually watching the Raiders this year for some reason. I don't know why, but I do. I think Gruden is growing on me. I don't even know how that's even possible because I hated the guy a couple years ago. I mean, Buffalo's going to take it. But I think they're going to have a bit of the run for their money because the Raiders' defense is not that bad. Damn, this is hard. Buffalo by like 14, 2 touchdowns apiece. 20-14.
20-14. Okay. Respectable. Richie, what do you got?
You kind of like that as a score, though.
Ooh. Will Richie drop the exact same score on him?
No. 27, 22. Let's just say. Buffalo is 4-0.
Wow. Well, boys. We're not letting NA get a point this week.
You're damn right we're not.
So I'm taking Las Vegas. I think I saw somewhere, I should say. I shouldn't say I think. I saw somewhere that last week was a injury-related week for the Raiders, which means that Waller and Jacobs were both injured, so they couldn't be utilized as much as they would be. And I saw that this week is going to be a bounce back week I don't know for Jacobs, but I know Waller for sure. So I think they're going to attack Waller a lot, and I think the Raiders are going to edge this one. I think they could take it with the last drive of the game, and I'm going to say the Raiders win this one, 27-24.
Wow.
Yeah, got to be bold somewhere. Except this next game, Sunday Night Football. We got the Philadelphia Eagles. Woo! Go Philly. Taking on the San Francisco's practice squad. I think this is Richie.
Until Philly shows us something, some effort other than a tie against the Bengals, I mean, you got to take the Niners here. It won't be a blowout like it was last week with the Niners, but I mean, they'll probably force Garoppolo back here, even if he's not completely ready. I think they knew he didn't need to come in last week. So I'll take Niners 31. Actually, I'll make it kind of close. Actually, I'll say like 31-30. Like I think Eagles will put up a little bit of a fight here, but Niners will get some of their players back.
Jeez, you really put it close. I mean, I guess that makes sense considering the biggest knockdown to the 49ers is their defense. Their two biggest defensive linemen are done for the year. And then their offense is slowly going to come back with Garoppolo, Mostert. I don't know when Deebo Samuel's coming back, or Tevin Coleman, and all of those guys. George Kittle as well. I don't know when all of those guys are coming back, but they will definitely come back this season. So I think I'm still taking the 49ers here, even though it's their practice squad. I'm going to say that the Eagles are dog poop and the 49ers aren't, and they're winning this game 35-20. All right, Jacob, what do you got?
49ers are winning 30-0.
Oh, Jesus. Sure
Bold
don't have any
prediction.
pent-up rage for the Eagles there?
Don't need it.
Wait, what was your score?
30-0, 49ers.
Are you sure there's no pent-up rage for the Eagles here?
I don't think there is any. They suck, and I'm happy about it.
Yeah, if you're actually right with the 0, I mean,
I should
then,
get points for that.
I mean, we'll talk about it.
Plus, I have
But,
San Francisco's defense in my fantasy lineup this week, so I'm kind of hoping they shut them out. So, yeah.
I mean, if they do shut them out, then the Denver and Jets game probably won't be the Walmart brand one this week. It'll be that game.
You're right. They will. It will.
And finally, we got Monday Night Football. The Atlanta Falcons. Or should I say the biggest joke of the NFL, taking on the number one scoring offense in the NFL, the Green Bay Packers. And I am first for this one. I will say, week 1, that was beautiful. They scored 43 points. Week 2, still beautiful. Packers scored 42 points. Week 3, it was kind of depressing, honestly. They only scored 37 points. It's kind of hoping for another 40 bomb, but, it was the Saints. So Green Bay is going to get back on their winning ways of 40 bombs. I'm going to say Green Bay, with their high-flying offense, hopefully they get Devontae Adams back. I know Christian Kirksey is going to be out for a couple weeks. I don't know when Kenny Clark is supposed to return, but they do have a early bye. But yeah, I think Green Bay can definitely drop another 40 bomb. But I think it will be close considering Atlanta likes to put up a fight for the first 3 quarters and then die. So I'm going to say Green Bay takes this 40-30. Jacob, what do you got?
Like, I feel like the Packers are going to win. I mean, Atlanta's choked for what? How long now? When was their last Super Bowl? And I don't think they've stopped sucking since then.
I mean, yeah.
Green Bay, I think by 2 touchdowns. I think it's by a touchdown. I think they'll stay close. Atlanta will be up again. You know what? 3rd choke of the year for the Falcons.
Oh, there's no way they're doing it back to back to back.
Yep, it's gonna happen. That's my prediction. 3 chokes in a row.
Wow.
The Packers will be down by like a touchdown. By 2 touchdowns. Onside kick recovery. I'm gonna say it's gonna be like 24-22.
Holy. 24-22.
Low score, but the Packers are gonna win.
Wow, okay. All right. Richie?
I'll split the middle here. Packers will not get 40 points, but they will get the W. Until the Packers show any type of weakness on offense, even without their best player, I just don't see how they can be stopped. Especially against a 31 or the 31st ranked defense in the Falcons. So Packers 38, Falcons. I think they'll keep it relatively close at the end. So it's like 34 or something. 38-34 Packers. It'll be like garbage time though when the Falcons come back, so it won't really matter. And Packers, for the first time this year, after this game, will average less than 40 points per game. They're still there now, barely, but
You're breaking my heart, Rich. I can't believe you just said that.
imagine like if a Packer fan, you get upset because your team's not going to average 40 points a game. Meanwhile, the Giants I think they've scored 38 points total through 3 weeks.
Oh, they're just warming up, man.
It's Richie on that one.
Okay, this is why we have to have a rant segment here. But there you have it. These are our predictions for the Week 4 2020 NFL season. Now, we are running longer than we wanted to, so I think for this week we'll miss out on the NFL news because we're kind of late to the party on that. So we'll just go with fantasy. We'll talk a little bit about fantasy, and then we'll wrap it up for our first ever episode.
What were your guys' waiver pickups for the week?
So let's see. I need to pull up my fantasy, actually. I mean, I don't think I had any wild pickups for this week. I mean, I tried to make some daring trades, that's for sure. I think I tried to trade one of our guys because I wanted my Joe Burrow pick has not gone through yet. My trade, it's not gone through. Don't think it ever will.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. And then I was trying to look for another quarterback, and I saw news that Aaron Rodgers should be a pick. But, the same guy who has Joe Burrow has Aaron Rodgers. So can't really do anything about that. What about you, Jacob? Got any interesting fantasy topic on your mind?
James White just got put back into the lineup
Is he playing this week?
as of like 3 minutes ago.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Which is amazing because I need a back. Chris Carson is questionable, which kind of sucks because it's up against Miami. So like it would have been a big game. And then my like kicker from Atlanta. I know the Packers are going to win, but the Atlanta kicker, when I checked, was projected for more. So I'm kind of iffy. And then I picked up Adam Humphries like 3 days ago, Sony Michel 2 days ago, and Kendrick Bourne like 10 minutes ago.
Ooh.
Yeah. I need a running back, and I needed a wide receiver because if Chris Carson's down, my other back is Jamal Williams, but Jones is getting all the playing time. So, like, Sony Michel is not a bad bet, even though James White is in. Though, So,
Mike, I have a question for you.
Sure.
And this could go for you too, Rich. Do you think, because of the outstanding performance by Rex Burkhead last week, do you think he'll be utilized more in their offense now?
Agreed. You will.
Disagree. You won't.
Do you have any
Cam Newton
reasons?
Cam Newton is the lead running back there. Not to shit on him. He's the lead running back. And New England does a fine job rotating players in and out. And based on matchups per week, putting in the best player that will give them the best output. And plus, I'm pretty sure they're getting back, I forget his name, the Damien guy. I don't remember his name, but he's coming back either this week or next week. White's coming back, so there's just no way. I think last week Burkhead got like 16 carries week 2, and then didn't top 10 for the rest of the year in any game. So it's just on a week-to-week basis. And Burkhead just happened to be the guy last week, and he had 3 touchdowns. It's not happening again.
That is true.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong there, that's for sure. Let's see. Maybe I can find a couple topics we can talk about here. So, how long is Zach Moss out for?
It's a good question.
Let's see. If you guys have any fantasy questions to ask, so we can all discuss it.
Should I put Jimmy Graham in the lineup?
Jimmy Graham. Oh, I mean, it seemed like he was big for Nick Foles. He was a big target
instead of Darius Slayton. So I'll have 2 tight ends in the game.
Oh man, I'm not a fan of putting tight ends or flex. So
because I can't put in Humphries because we don't know if he's gonna play. Like we don't know if the game's gonna happen. But
I'm in the same situation here with Jonnu Smith.
Jimmy Graham can't be that bad.
What I'll say is that I don't mind 2 tight ends if you got Graham and you think he's going to do well. It's all about what you think. You can use fantasy pages and stuff and get their opinions, but ultimately it's what you think is going to happen. And if you think Graham is going to get 4 catches on 6 targets for 40 yards and a touchdown, then I would play him.
Rather put Humphries.
Well, I mean, again, that game is. I think that game is going to happen. I think Titans and Steelers are going to happen. Maybe Monday. Maybe if we're lucky, Tuesday night football.
Yeah, that's what they mentioned. Tuesday.
Yeah, that would be cool because then we'd have football 4 days a week this week. The next week, I mean, that's solid right there.
Do you think leave in Slayton though?
What?
Do you think I should leave in Slayton though? It's only up against the Rams.
Only.
Slayton is their number one. Is your number one, right?
Yeah.
Then he's probably going to be guarded by Jalen Ramsey.
Oh, well, it says Slayton registers as a wide receiver 3 or flex type.
Well, what on the Giants? I mean, is he your number one wideout?
Well, Sterling Shepard's out this week, so that means it's left with Tate and Slayton.
And who would you consider your number one out of those?
Well, it doesn't matter because Tate's in the slot, and Ramsey's not going to go to the slot.
Yeah. So Ramsey is going to be on Slayton.
Yeah, that's going to be tough. I got to sit on this.
Yeah, I think that's a definitely sitter question. But I do have news on Zach Moss, and apparently he could come back this week. So that leads me to my question of, do I play Singletary this week?
See, he played a lot of the snaps last week.
Yeah, but again, that was because of Zach Moss not being there.
Yeah. And if you have someone, because he's your flex, so if you have someone to play over him, maybe you have faith in a Marquise Brown this week, or
yeah, I mean Marquise Brown, he's probably my highest pick. Brandon Ayuk could be a huge one as well.
Yeah, he had a nice game last week.
Yeah, I mean I'm still not confident until for Devonta Freeman. I think over time he'll get better. If your offensive line over time gets better.
So you mean never?
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, it depends on the team you're playing, really.
Nah, it's never.
I mean, I didn't even think of that. Aaron Donald is going to destroy.
Uh-huh.
That's a scary thing to think about.
Freeman isn't a play until he shows some type of production. Because last week, the snaps were dominated by Lewis and Gallman.
Yeah, he got a couple snaps. I think let me check. So Devonta Freeman ended up with a total of 1 point. He got 5 carries for 10 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Dion Lewis and Gallman are probably your guys right now. So that's why he's staying on my bench. So right now, yeah, I'm between Ayuk and Brown. And I mean, I really like both of their matchups. I don't think Washington has a strong secondary, and Philly doesn't have a strong anything.
Facts.
But then again, I'm also looking at this, and I mean, with this week, Brown did not get targeted a lot. I mean, he got targeted 6 times, but he brought down 2 of them for 13 yards. So, I mean, he's consistently getting 6 targets.
But Ayuk got more targets last week than Brown did. And the targets are the targets are probably going to mean more because Brown. I mean, maybe this is a game where he goes off, but I don't know. Brown hasn't really shown any type of anything.
Yeah, that's true. There's another man that I actually want to do some looking into right now, and that is this boy on Mr. Richie's team. And Deebo Samuel is planning to make a return to practice. So will that limit Brandon Ayuk as well? If Deebo Samuel plays?
Yeah, he'll take some stuff away. I mean, Deebo maybe this week could be more of just like someone that just kind of takes away the number 1 cornerback, makes everyone else's job easier. But I mean, maybe for this week, Ayuk is still viable.
Maybe Ayuk is. I think Ayuk might be my play over Singletary, but I mean, I might decide that later on in the week. Yeah, I mean, otherwise, I think my lineup for this team, besides my quarterback, I'm pretty confident. I got Derek Carr against Buffalo, Aaron Jones against Atlanta, James Robinson against Cincy, DeAndre Hopkins against Carolina, Tyler Lockett against Miami. That's just nasty. Robbie Anderson against Arizona, Hunter Henry against Tampa Bay, which is another scary one. But I don't really have a tight end to back him up with. And then I have Seattle kicker, and I'm still questioning my defense.
Yeah.
But we'll move on to someone else's team if you want to talk about yours.
I want to
All
talk
right.
about the trade
I
real
have
quick.
Arlie set. Oh, sorry, Richie. Go ahead.
Just real quick. Two trades going on. Pretty unfair. But both of them are
Oh
pretty
yeah,
unfair. I'm part of one.
ain't that true?
I'm giving our friend named Jack two instant starters for Miles Sanders and AJ Brown. I'm playing the long game with this one. Again, it's pretty much a running back 2 for running back 1, and a wide receiver 3 for wide receiver 2. But AJ Brown's injured, and then this one I can't even fathom this one. I don't even know this guy. It's pretty much like a running back 2 for giving up Devontae Adams for CeeDee Lamb. I don't know. But all right, Jacob, go for it.
How was that a trade? Ah, I'm angry.
He said, and I quote, Devontae's injury, doesn't want to deal with it, and he thinks Todd Gurley's production is going to go down, but Gurley and Johnson get the same amount of touches pretty much per week. So
Yeah, and I mean, I can't believe the injury thing with Devontae because Devontae Adams has been injured a lot, and he comes back and he's still a strong receiver. I mean, yeah, I think the hamstring aspect could be a thing because I've realized that a lot of people in the NFL have suffered from hamstring related injuries and they have had setbacks.
Yeah, I've suffered from them.
Yeah, but I don't think it'll be enough to trade away a number one wide receiver on a team that really only targets their number one wide receiver.
Agreed.
I just don't understand why he didn't get more value from it, because right now CeeDee Lamb's on Bacon's bench. I don't understand why he didn't try to go for maybe DJ Moore or DJ Chark instead of CeeDee Lamb. I mean, CeeDee Lamb's doing well. He's a 27th ranked wide receiver, and I guess if you look at all the ranks, he's the highest of the three outside of Stephon Diggs. Because I'm sure Bacon wouldn't have given up Diggs for it. But...
And they also made him a punt returner.
Okay, so a little bit more value.
Special teams too.
Whew.
He's a solid flex player.
I don't know. It just blows my mind. But anyways, Jacob, what was your question?
So, our league is pretty set for me. Like, I can't make that many moves. So, I'm kind of hoping a lot of my guys just come back from injury. But I have my other team. So, I'm hoping I can run through those lineups real quick.
Oh, I can do that with my other league as well.
So, I got Pat Mahomes up against New England. Clyde Edwards-Helaire up against New England.
Okay.
Chris Carson is questionable. I have Chris Carson in this league too, up against Miami. So I think I'm gonna leave him in until like Saturday and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Keenan Allen up against Tampa Bay. Tyler Boyd up against Jacksonville. He's gonna have a day and a half. T.J. Hawkinson, the Detroit tight end, up against New Orleans. It actually said that New Orleans allows the most for tight ends. So I'm like, why not? Nice pickup, I guess. CeeDee Lamb against Cleveland as my flex. The Ravens D up against Washington. And then Will Lutz up against Detroit, the Saints kicker. Now, the only question I have is if John Brown plays and he's healthy, should I put him in? And 2, should I play Josh Allen instead of Pat Mahomes?
Richie, would you like to go first?
That one's tough. That's actually pretty tough. In my opinion, yes, you do start Brown, and then with Brown, you're going to start Allen as well, because there's a little bit of a matchup there, connection. So if one gets points, they both get points.
So Brown and Boyd, right? Wait, who am I switching? So are we thinking?
Well, that's on you. Honestly, CeeDee Lamb, is wide receiver. He's let's say wide receiver 2 on a team with a lot of targets. With Zeke, the tight end even shows to get some targets. That new guy, he's not going to produce again, but number 11 just had like 2 TDs or something. Amari Cooper and Gallup. So
True.
I would say take him out.
I think we're about to have a Stephen A. versus Max Kellerman. So, I mean, yeah, I could agree with you on the Brown part, but it's hard to not. It's really hard for me to put Patrick Mahomes on the bench.
I did that last week because last week, Allen, the Bills were up against, what was it, the Rams? The Rams.
Yeah.
And I thought Pat Mahomes was going to I thought it was going to have a harder time up against the Ravens.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, if my thought process is right, the Ravens is like the third best team in football, right? So you can't expect them to keep Pat Mahomes down that much. You know, he's still going to score. But I didn't think he was going to produce 40 points. That's nuts. If I played him, I would have won.
Yeah.
But how do you know? Like, it's such shit because like
that's the thing. That's the wonderful game of fantasy football.
it's awful. It's
the
awful.
fact that you never truly know, and any expert that talks on football is not 100% right.
Yeah, that's true. But I just picked up Myles Gaskin, the Miami running back, and Jerry Jeudy, the Denver wide receiver.
Okay.
I'm tempted to play him this week, Jerry Jeudy. But it's a big if. Big if. That's fine. Anyway.
See,
yeah,
I mean,
I gotta go. I got class at 2.
Okay.
So I gotta get going. Or at least I gotta like brush up on what I need to talk about during class.
All right. Well, then I guess there. I said that very fancy. I want to thank you all for listening in on our wonderful first episode of the Bold Predictions podcast. I didn't really have an outro yet. So that's good. We'll make sure to brush up on how we do this next week. We wanted to test the waters and see what we get out of a response. And yeah. Anything else you guys want to add?
This was a crap ton of fun. I enjoyed it. Thank you for listening.
Richie?
I mean, yeah, if you actually made it this far, send me your address and I'll send you like a present or something. I don't know. That's crazy, but well, thank you for watching. We'll clean it up next week for sure. In my opinion,
All subscriptions are appreciated. That's all I gotta say.
We'll clean up next week, and we'll compare what we did last week predictions wise. So we'll be quicker with the predictions because that kind of went on for a little long.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I mean, ciao.
With that, we'll talk to you guys next week.